Hello, Leopards. This is Mrs. Leeder with another library question card segment. This is Parts of a Book Part 3. Get your pen and paper and we'll get ready to go. This is just a short section, but it's really hard. You may not have heard of any of these terms before, so get ready to learn something new. Parts of a Book Part 3. What does the copyright symbol look like? What does the copyright symbol look like? What is a copyright? What is a copyright? You may never have heard of that before. Where can you find the copyright symbol? Where can you find the copyright symbol? How does a copyright protect an author? How does a copyright protect an author? What comes after the copyright symbol? What comes after the copyright symbol? What is a copyright date? What is a copyright date? True or false? The copyright date is found on the spine of a book. True or false? The copyright symbol is found on the spine of a book. A C inside of a circle is a symbol that stands for what? C inside of a circle is a symbol that stands for what? True or false? An old copyright date may mean that the information is out of date. True or false? An old copyright date might mean that the information is out of date. True or false? To find out how old the information in a book is, you should refer to the copyright date. True or false? To find out how old the information in a book is, you should refer to the copyright date. True or false? If you were doing a report on George Washington, it would be very important to have a newer copyright date. True or false? If you were doing a report on George Washington, it would be very important to have a newer copyright date. Now select a nonfiction book. What is the copyright date? Select a nonfiction book. What is the copyright date? Is the copyright symbol found on the back of the title page, on the CIP page, on the verso, or on all three? Those might be some words you've never heard of before too. Is the copyright symbol found on the back of the title page, on the CIP page, on the verso, or on all three? What symbol means the work of the author is legally protected? What symbol means the work of the copyright of the author is legally protected? I might have given the answer away on that one. All right, that was the last one. We're going to go back through the answers now. Are you ready? Parts of a Book Part 3. What does the copyright symbol look like? Well, we saw it, if you remember looking up ahead a little ways. It is a letter C inside of a circle. That is a copyright symbol. That's what it looks like. What is a copyright? Copyright is a legal way that authors are protected so that nobody else can copy their work. Where can you find the copyright symbol? So if you look in a book, and if you open it up, usually on the back of the title page, so here's that Blizzard book and there's the title page. And if I turn to the back of that page, which is also called the verso, or the CIP page, because it says right here, cataloging in publication data, that's the CIP page. And if we go down here, we see the copyright symbol, and the date after is 2003. But the copyright symbol right here on the back of this title page. So where can you find the copyright symbol? Usually on the back of the title page. How does a copyright protect an author? It protects an author because nobody else can copy their work and claim it as their own. that copyright shows that that author owns that intellectual property, the books or the words that you're that you're copyrighting. What comes after the copyright symbol? We just looked at that one. After the copyright symbol is going to be a year of when that copyright was put into place. So this one was copyrighted in 2003, and it was copyrighted by Children's Press, so they own the rights to this book. This one is not owned by the author, it's owned by Children's Press. What is the copyright date? The copyright date is when that copyright took effect, when that was filed. When the copyright date, what copyright date is the date the copyright was filed legally. True or false, the copyright date is found on the spine of a book. False, it is not. It is found on the inside behind that title page, not on the spine. A C inside of a circle is a symbol that stands for copyright. That symbol looks like that. C inside of a circle stands for copyright. True or false, an old copyright date may mean that the information is out of date. That depends on what kind of book you're talking about. If it is a technology book with an old copyright, probably that information is out of date. If you have a book about space or space travel that has an old copyright date, that information probably is out of date. If it's a history book that has an old copyright, nothing much has changed from 1970 to 2020 as far as World War II. We know the same information we know now that we did 30 or 40 years ago. So that is not necessarily going to matter. But you want to be careful what the book is about. Sometimes it will be very important. You don't want old information. True or false? To find out how old the information in a book is, you should refer to the copyright date. That is true. True or false, if you were doing a report on George Washington, it would be very important to have a newer copyright date. That is false. George Washington has been the same today, tomorrow, and a week ago. So how old the copyright date is will really not matter as the content of what information we have about George Washington. Now select a nonfiction book. What is the copyright date? So the one that I had here was 2003. If you have a book at home, go ahead and take a look and see what the copyright date is of that book and decide for yourself. Does it matter how old that copyright date is? Would it be better if you got a newer one? I don't know. Depends on what you're doing research about, doesn't it? Oh, it looks like we do have a couple more questions. I thought we were done. Is the copyright symbol found on the back of the title page, on the CIP page, on the verso, or on all three? So as we talked about, the title page, sometimes you can find it on the front of the title page. The CIP is usually on the back of the title page. The verso is another name for the back of the title page. So it could be on one or all three. That was kind of a tricky question. What symbol means the work of the author is legally protected? The copyright symbol, the C inside of a circle. And now we're done. All right, boys and girls, so that's the end of parts of a book. There are a lot more different things that we could identify, but those are really going to be for upper level students. So we'll stop with that level for now. Check back further segments of Leader's Library Question Cards. Have a great day.